I just want to start off by saying that I rarely ever do these types of videos because I don't like getting myself involved in like any form of drama or whatsoever. But this video is basically just about my initial thoughts that are occurring right now for the Dreeel situation. And so many people right now have made these types of videos and either were on Dreel's side because they understood about why he was in shambles at the moment or was in a sticky situation, and then there's others that can defend that position and say, oh, he's just a bad person the way he is. He's actually meant to be a femboy, but everybody has their own opinions, and what I have to say about that is that I can honestly care less about whether or not you believe Dreels or whether or not you don't believe him, because all I want to say about that is that Dreels has been a role model of mine for the past several years, ever since I was 13 years old, and his videos were very controversial and straight informative. If it wasn't for him, then I wouldn't be the same Blitz player that I am today, because I was uneducated when I started playing the game. I mean, my dad introduced it to me at first. I was just sitting on my iPad Air, a lonely 10-year-old at that, and going through the tutorial. I remember when it first came out, and I remember I was trying to grind through my first line, which was the Jagdpanzer E100. I stopped at the tier 5 because it was extremely hard for me to surpass the limits to the maximum in terms of continuously trying to grind the game to the best that I can. Until a couple years later, when I realized that YouTube was a thing that existed, and I wanted to, out of my curiosity, see what was going on, if there were any videos of World of Tanks Blitz going on, until I found somebody who is pretty close in age range to me, based on his voice, honestly. Didn't use a webcam, though, but I could just tell by the tone of his voice that I was looking at somebody who was straight up a problem solver, and somebody who was able to overcome everybody's frustration in terms of losing so many games in response to using a vehicle that you own but are unfamiliar with its playstyle, showcasing the stats, whether or not if a tank has good stats or if it has poor stats, or the armor profiles as well, whether it's straightforward insane compared to if it's not straightforward insane. It's something along those lines. And I just want to say that Dreels was somebody that I looked up towards, and until I noticed that the situation dropped was where everybody was in shambles, including myself. When he deleted his channel, I was extremely heartbroken, and I thought for a fact that I probably didn't have the urge to upload videos anymore, because my most favorite Blitz YouTuber and also somebody who I look up towards is gone now, and which means all of his videos were taken down, all of his streams were also taken down. I didn't really know what I was going to be looking forward to for the next upcoming videos that I would have made prior to all of his videos being taken down. Because what I want to try to do is replicate his videos into a way that it's not necessarily plagiarizing him in a manner, but it's in a way that it involves explanatory reasoning as to why I think the vehicles are good, and pretty much straightforward, explain them in a way to where I would recommend to get them, or recommend them based upon your personal preference. However, whichever route that you want to go in terms of that. So, prior to the last 2 weeks, I've been watching a couple streams lately. Flossy was one of them, who was also a very close friend of Dreel's, and I could tell because I've been keeping in touch with him for the past couple days after Dreel's departure, and he seemed to have been a little heartbroken as well for the fact that he did mention after his departure that he was going to take a break from YouTube for a little while and think about things over and over and over again along those lines, and I told him that he deserves to be welcome still. He deserves to be part of the community. He's forever in our hearts, and we will always be there to support him no matter what. And it motivated him so much that, thankfully enough, he is continuing to do videos. And Flossy, if you are watching this video, I just want to say that you are like a role model to me as well, man. And besides Droodles, you are also a very controversial person, and that I really hope that great things will continue to occur for you and your channel. Same goes to Droodles as well. I missed the guy to death. I missed watching his videos, and just everything in general about him, because he hit himself based on everybody going after him and trying to dox him, and everybody trying to report him to any federal agencies, anything like that. Had to get his parents involved in that too. And it could have took a turn for the worst based on sexual activity or like online sexual content, something, anything like that. But speaking of the guy, I am not familiar with the guy Jasper at all, but after Droodles made the video upon his return, showing proof that Jasper was unanimously sending him stuff over and over and over again for like the past couple months, and it was constant as well. Like, I would see him in the chats every time that I'd be donating to Droodles, and sometimes he would say like the most sussy stuff, and I don't really remember exactly what it was, but apart from that, he's been showing a lot of racist jokes, and that involves gay black porn, and that's something that's taken way too far out of hand, considering that it has to do with like raciality or like ethnicity concerns and offensive content to those of the LGBTQ plus community. Sort of the same thing with Droodles, in which he got brainwashed into his little shenanigans and decided to want to return the favor by cosplaying himself as an anime girl, wearing a skirt, and showing his dick to him. And unfortunately enough, that does sound very tragic, but in terms of Jasper's behalf, he seemed to be on the wrong side on this one. And I do really mean it when I say that, considering after I saw all the proof from Droodle's return video saying that the drama is all over, and saying that he was showing him explicit content over and over and over again that's tempting him into wanting to replicate the same idea in a way that involves showing it off to everybody else, and now he's being held accountable for his actions. That's just taken too far, man. And if that were me as well, I would have done the same exact way, although I am not involved in like any gay sexuality or like LGBTQ plus and all that. I was born and raised to be a straight individual, 100%, and I have a lovely girlfriend now who I like to hang out with every now and then and make sure that we don't have any further problems throughout our relationship. I just want to make sure that she's safe, she's sound, and she feels special when I'm around her. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I just want everybody to feel protected out there on the internet. And I've been dealing with a bit of drama myself, and it was some Canadian dude who was spamming me several times because I used to help him grind through subscribers and views for his YouTube channel. And it took a turn for the worse because his Instagram account got taken down and was constantly spamming me to try to get it back for him, but unfortunately, yeah, after he kept spamming me, everything like that, it got super annoying to a point to where he decided to want to try to leak my personal information to several other people, including those in his Discord server as well. And it just goes to show my situation kind of similar to Dreel's, except Dreel's is more severe of a case, but just goes to show that don't ever share your personal information with anybody. And I do mean anybody. It doesn't matter if it's like a close friend of yours. It doesn't matter if it's like a relative that wants to try to use your stuff for like a specific purpose. It's not really a trustworthy cause, because you never know what could happen to your personal info once it gets leaked, pretty much. And I'm glad that Dreel's information, like any personal info, like where he lives or where his parents are from, anything along those lines, I'm glad that didn't get leaked, and that it turned out to be a positive outcome for him and his family, because now they're safe and sound. I just want to pray for you, Dreels. I just want to pray for your family, that everything is saved and that God is a protective shield and his guardian angels around you, and that nobody will ever try to sabotage your life and bring you down the dumps in a way to where you are mentally unstable. I just want you to remain in a stationary state to where you are, because your YouTube channel has inspired very many of us, including myself, and we want you to continue doing it. For the fact that you are pretty much the most populated and the most well-defined YouTuber that is currently out there for the World of Tanks Blitz community right there. And because of that, you've really inspired me so much, because I want to replicate your videos in a way, like I said before, to where it can involve mere entertainment purposes, and I can teach people certain aspects and learn something new to get good at the game in terms of that. And this really goes for Flossy too. I really hope your channel grows and thrives, man, and that you don't take shit for granted. It really just goes for both of you at this point. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to anybody that's trying to backfire you. Don't listen to anybody that's trying to spread false rumors, because all they're doing is they're trying to make it to a point to where you seem like the bad guy at this point. Because, and I totally understand, because you were not in the wrongful at that. During the situation. I know some people can differentiate on that, considering that you did send porn to that guy in return to what he's been doing to you, brainwashing you and persuading you into doing the same thing for him. But leaking it out in front of several people to a point to where you're about to be canceled is just flat out ridiculous, because that's something that's only kept upon you and Jasper's terms, and he was stupid enough to leak it out to everybody. And people, I hate to say this, there's not a lot of trustworthy people out there nowadays, and there's a lot of fucked up and warped people that are in our world nowadays, because this is what basically our generation is meant of, is just a bunch of skibbity toilet fucktards that are starting to become more and more mentally unstable and are taking a turn for the worse to try to spread false rumors towards others. And even if Dreel's did disappear forever, I would be in shambles myself. But, bro, I just want to say this to you right now. I will pencil you as a friend, and I forever will. I will forever be supporting you to the very end, and Flossy, that goes for you too. I will pencil you as my bestie as well. And if you guys need anything along those lines, or if you ever want someone to talk to, just anything in general, or if you're having like personal problems, anything like that, I'm always there for you guys, because that's basically what I'm here for the community for, is that I want to help build better relationships. And bringing the communities together all in one is probably the most beneficial way in order to make sure that we're all on the same page here. And me as a person, I really want to make my videos just so that I can build better relationships with people and teaching them the certain schematics on how to better themselves performance-wise while playing World of Tanks Blitz. I am meant to have a very sweet heart. My mom herself, I was gifted with her DNA, thankfully enough, and if anybody else has personal problems going on in life, or if you're dealing with stuff, feel free to always talk to me. I would love to help you resort to your problems, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that you guys are special and in a way to where you feel comfortable sticking around with me in terms of that as well. So that's pretty much all I just wanted to uncover for today's video. Again, I want to say this one more time. Droodles, you are special, man. I hope that your channel continues to grow and thrive, and don't take any more bullshit for granted, because the situation's irrelevant now. Even though people are still talking about it, leave that shit behind, man. Continue on what you do best. Tank reviews, your play-to-loses, your map strategies, everything along those lines is perfect just the way they are, man. And that goes for you too, Flossy. I really hope that I want to continue to bring you up, bro, because you truly deserve all the much love and attention that is spreading throughout the Blitz community as well, because your inspiration as well is what's bringing the community together. So kudos to you guys, and you have me on your side forever and always, and you will forever be in my hearts. That's pretty much all I have to say in terms of that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.